One of the most underrated shows that's packed with what feels like truth in plain sight is Jordan Peele's reboot of The Twilight Zone. The original Twilight Zone was the same way, but this has to do with what I believe to be the Rapture and Polaris, God's eye. So this is the art for the opening credits of the original Twilight Zone. Here is the art for the Jordan Peele reboot. Here is Polaris through a telescope. This is the center of the firmament. It has never moved. I believe that this is God's eye, and I believe it's all throughout the Bible. We just look right over it. The name itself means heavenly. It's emanating the throne room colors from Revelation. So the pilot episode for the original Twilight Zone is called Where Is Everybody? I'm going to show you a clip, and then we're going to look at the second episode of Jordan Peele's reboot. It's mind-blowing.
The place is here. The time is now. And the journey into the shadows that we're about to watch could be our journey.
As he moves through the town, he can't seem to find any people anywhere.
Anybody here? Hey! Hey!
There is food cooking, music playing, even a movie being projected in a theater.
The woman was appointed as the manager of the most renowned 5-star hotel in the area. With great excitement, she shared this good news with her husband, Tom, at a coffee shop. However, a sudden discomfort overwhelmed her, and the world before her eyes turned dark and spin. When she regained consciousness, she found the surroundings had turned bizarre. The customers in the cafe were gone, and the staff stood motionless, staring outside. She quickly stepped out of the cafe, only to see people on the streets also standing still, their gazes uniformly fixed on the sky. A giant, eye-like object floated there, emitting some sort of rhythmic frequency. Such a scene did not cause chaos or fear, but the people around remained eerily calm, with some even smiling and bidding farewell to each other. Soon, these people also became as motionless as the cafe staff, as if they had lost their souls. Faced with this strange sight, the woman felt terrified and helpless. At that moment, a woman passed by, casually asking about the duration of the world maintenance. This made her even more confused. More and more people came out of buildings onto the street, all gazing at the giant orb in the sky. Her fear grew stronger, and her only thought was to quickly return home, find Tom, and seek comfort. On her way back, she encountered the police officers, trying to seek help from them. However, the officers calmly replied, "This is the planned world maintenance, and there's nothing to worry about." Then it became motionless. The woman grew increasingly frightened. Upon reaching home, she found that her husband, Tom, seemed unaffected. However, when she told Tom about what had happened, Tom appeared slightly impatient, mentioning that world maintenance was a long scheduled event, and that everyone had been notified. Soon after, Tom hurriedly left, saying he would contact staff to help her after he wakes up, leaving her alone. Back home, she finally realized there might be something wrong with her memory. At that moment, two strangers entered her home, claiming to be service personnel sent by Tom to assist her. They then play a video. The video revealed a shocking truth. The world she lived in was a virtual world called Sleep Well, and her identity and life were controlled by a man named Will in the real world. The giant orb in the sky was the link between the virtual world and the real world. And virtual characters could return to reality by looking at it and acknowledging their virtual nature. She could not accept the content of the video, firmly believing her existence was real and not a product of virtuality. So she decided to wait for the world maintenance to end.
It seemed to imply that people that were like all about their job and living in the world couldn't see it. Like they didn't know it was there. So the giant eye in the sky was emitting a frequency, kind of like a trumpet blast. Also, after all of the people that were looking at the eye disappeared, it definitely was bringing like rapture to me. These random people like came into her and a few others' lives, and they were like trying to convince them that they were actually gay and that like they had a totally different life than what they remembered. Like they were trying to like reprogram them. And no, we're not taking this as like God's word or biblical, but this matches a lot of the themes that we've been exploring through the Bible, at least on my channel. I definitely 100,000,000% believe that Polaris is God's eye, and I've seen it in person. It's very, very different. I do not think that that's a star at all, but let me know what you guys think. I have a feeling that those that are very discerning are going to know what I'm trying to throw at you here.